because I didn't think it was going to make it. I thought it was going to be like a little side business, and I always would work for someone. But then it took off. It's taken us you're talking us 25 years to get where we are, and we have a great clientele, but our thing is if you don't take care of that clientele with the right staff, they're going to walk.
Entrepreneurship is hard, it's not easy, it's something that most of us are struggle with. Sometimes you get to the point that you want to give up. You don't want to do it again. But some of us, we keep on going. We keep on going until we succeed. So for that reason, I have John Dyess, my dear friend, in the studio today. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship, business, philanthropy, and all that stuff, especially helping other people. Because when you help other people, you're actually helping yourself. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Rami.
Oh, you're welcome. So much to me. You're welcome, man. I know you for many, many years, John. You're born and raised in El Paso. You have a special gift. And your gift is you're always thinking about help others. Because if you help others, you're helping yourself.
For sure.
Why you do that? What is your story? What is the story behind that?
I don't know. Growing up, I don't want to say poor, but growing up, not having a lot of money and stuff, and seeing others, and growing up with friends of mine that had, going to their houses and their lifestyles. I was like, man, I want to be like that. And then as I got to where I'm at now, there's a motto that I've heard on other podcasts that say, if you don't help people on the way up, you're going to see them on the way down. So I always believe in helping people rise. I want everyone, if everybody makes it, we all make it. I just want everybody to make it. And as much as if I see someone falling, I want to be there, I'm going to do my best to try to help them. I can lead them to something and say, hey, this is what I can help you with. And then from there, hopefully they can take it from there.
When you're growing up, anybody help you? Honestly?
No. I'll be honest with you.
That didn't stop you to not helping others?
Watching my dad started a business, and watching him start it and get it going was something that I wanted to finish. Because he told me that he was, my biggest thing was that when my dad was, before he passed away, he goes, I'm proud of you. He took him like 60, I would say 40 something years to say that to me, but that was the best day of my life right there. Because he said it, like he goes, I'm proud of you, you made it. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I still don't think I made it, but it felt good. That's why I look at it that way. Sometimes there's certain people that make you want to hear from them. It's weird. Like I've had some of my biggest clients that told me, man, I'm really proud of you. And I'm like, wow, those things kind of make you feel good. Those things are the reason why I get up every morning.
Did you grow up poor?
Our Friday nights were those exciting. We would have an enchilada from Taco Bell or Red Lobster was a big thing for us. But, growing up, it was, but I'll tell you now, like everybody will tell you, I think the poor people in the world, the people less fortunate, they're happier. I see sadness, and I say that in a way where I'm not trying to motivate people to make it, but you got to be happy. You got to be thankful when you get to that point to look back and go, I know where I came from.
You are grateful for what you have. I know that.
Oh, 100%. There's
you didn't have all the stuff that you have in the business, the success, the fame, everything.
Yeah.
But when you go back and you look at it, what do you think? It's a totally different lifestyle.
It's totally, yeah. And sometimes it takes me a second. I look back and go, wow, I built this, and then I start looking around, and then I started thinking about, well, who else helped me build it? If it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't be where I'm at today either. Like every idea, people that worked for us for 6 months came with an idea. Like, oh, why don't you try this? I'm like, oh, great idea. And then we used that and implemented into the procedures, and here we are. We're in a better place.
Not all the CEOs, not all the leaders, they think like that. Why you think differently? Why you think that other people can actually give you ideas and you can execute and you're all going to be successful? Most of the leaders, they don't think like that.
Nah, they don't.
Why you think?
I don't know. That's something I've, watching your stuff, watching your podcast and watching others, I've picked up on stuff where I'm like, why am I different than some other leaders? Some were just born CEOs, like they went to great universities. I didn't get to go to college, which to me, I wish I would now, because I've been told if you're a street knowledge and you have college behind you, you're even more dangerous. But I just didn't I just was like, this is just not for me.
You're a street smart.
And and if you really look into it, and a lot of your CEOs, they didn't go to school. They were the troublemakers in school. And I was not the best student, let's just say that. But I would love to go back in time and tell those teachers they did a great job still, because I always believe in, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for, being sent to the principal's office for, getting in trouble or talking too much, because I talk a lot. And I think that everybody you meet, no matter if it's good or bad, it was meant to happen to get you where, to get me where I'm at today. Because sometimes you'd be like, I wish I never met that person. I wish, there's a few people that have crossed my path that I'm like, whoa, that was a bad person. But I succeed. I'm still here. They're not with me. I'm not with them anymore. They're not my partner, not partners, but like employee or a friend. Or, it's nice when you start hitting your 50s, you start realizing your
life changes.
Yeah, it's like a whole new chapter. And now I'm all about, helping others. I really do want help. I want other people to succeed. And I just, that's my whole goal in life. It makes me happy. Most people get jealous or they go, oh, I don't care.
You love to give.
Yeah. And I feel like if my team is being paid well and my partners are being paid well and we're all doing well, that means I can sleep at night. I don't have to worry about them they're not putting together hey, let's start our own thing or, that kind of thing. They know that they're part of something and they know at the end of the day, there's no hidden agenda.
You start Dyezz Security in the worst time, right after 9/11.
9/11, yeah.
Why did you right the start? You couldn't wait. You started right after 9/11. What did you start right after 9/11? Because the market wasn't that strong.
It wasn't. It was back in the Yellow Page days. I remember.
I know.
I was like, well, I want to take a full page ad. And I forgot this. His name is Mike. He was a phenomenal salesman. He comes to my house in my kitchen in Round Rock, and he was like, hey, let's open this Yellow Page. Let's do this Yellow Page. I was like, how much is it gonna be? It's like $6,000 a month. I was like, man, I have like $10 in my account. He's like, let's just do it. Didn't run my credit. I'm like, all right. And it worked. He was right. And I started getting calls and I was like, what am I going to do? I don't have enough people. So that was a time where sometimes you can advertise too big and then you get too much business. So that hurt me a little bit in the beginning, but I learned. But I just knew at that time when I saw those, that day I was working for Custom Sounds and I was working for Mike Cofield. He's still he's our client. He's still a good friend of mine. It's so crazy to know that.
I know him. Yeah.
He's a cool dude. He actually was, where I was actually driving to his office to get a review, maybe get a raise. And that's when the plane started hitting. And I'm like, I knew at that moment I'm not going to get no review and no raise because everybody's going to freak out. And so I was like, you know what? This is when I started that's the day I started the business. I was like, I'm going to start. So I started the business and I couldn't find I tried to look for a website with my last name S's. And I was like, well, I couldn't find it. So I did Z's. I did Dyezz, Dyezz.com. And I was like, well, because I didn't think it was going to make it. I thought it was going to be like a little side business and I always will work for someone. But then it took off. And then I'm like, well, I'm kind of stuck with it now. I got to just deal with it. And that's where we're at today. That's
because when 9/11 happened, actually security was a big issue. I think,
it's huge.
That was a good opportunity for you guys, even though it was a little bit difficult for other business like a restaurant, but the security was an issue. And I think people recognize that, and that was a good time for you to launch. I
think so because I knew that the world was going to change. After this, it's going to be like, we're going to have to. There's going to be more security. There's going to be more. It's going to be harder to get on planes. It's just going to be just difficult, and they're going to need more facial recognition. And look at today, how many more people have cameras in their homes compared to 20 years ago. When I used to do a camera system for a home, 25 years ago when I first started. They were the weird people. Oh, they got cameras in their home. Now you go, everybody has a Ring doorbell or a camera to watch their dog or a camera to watch their kids. It changed. Like security has changed tremendously.
Do you think the security is a necessity for life right now?
100%.
For any business?
It tells a story. The biggest thing is giving you, not just to tell you who's been around your property, who's walked into your building, having biometric stuff, access control to let you know who's walked in. Gives you a lot more data to look at, and I feel like
peace of mind.
Peace of mind. At the same time, you might have a lot of companies have bad employees. They'll come in after hours, steal information, walk out. And that's kind of stuff that can hurt a business. It happened to me 25 years ago. Like I had an employee where, he decided to go on a Sunday and download all our customers, and he's still in business. I'll beat them. I'll beat them in the long run. I always beat. I'll win.
But the security is another layer of protection for even the home or any businesses. If it's not bad. It's like you having a bodyguard 24 hours in your home, especially when you have a big family, you have kids, and especially today with this stuff that's going on everywhere. You see it, you hear it. That I think every business, they need that security.
And what's great about, which is good and bad, but the human race, whenever there's a fight in the street or an incident at the airport, everybody pulls out their phones and videotapes it. So there's always going to be
evidence.
It's great for litigations and all that stuff. Now you have other film. At the same time, sometimes you see someone that you might not want to be filming and maybe helping. Those are the ones I look at like, they need help. Because you see where there's a gun shootout at a school and you see the person filming instead of helping. There's a problem there.
Let's talk about a little bit of entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship, John, is not easy. You've been in there, I've been in there. You get to the point that you just want to throw the towel. I said, I'm out, I'm done.
I did that this week.
You got, are you?
Almost. And I say it as a joke, but everybody has those days.
Yeah, everybody has it. You get to that point and then you go up, you make the money, you have the all success, you partied, I partied, you do all that. And then you get to the point that you're just going to step back and say, where am I going? Have you got to that point?
I don't know. I feel like
or change the way you operate, or you look at the entrepreneurship, or you say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, but I got to change my way. I got to do this.
I'm at that point now. It's weird. Like I think COVID kind of made everybody's life change. Right after COVID, it seemed like we were kind of stuck in that rut still. Like we're still doing very well. We're still doing installs, making customers happy. I'm all about customer service. I'm big on that. But then I noticed that I was letting a lot of my team members do what they're supposed to do. They're running the company. But just like when Michael Dell took a break and left, and then he had to come back. I had to do that. Mentally, I was taking a break a little bit. But man, I'm back. Like I'm back with a vengeance. I'm back. Like I feel like it's like I just started again. Like I'm excited. My wife sees it. My kids are like,
what changed?
My marketing, just everything I want to do now from social media. I'm just really in it now. I'm all in. Why? I don't know. I woke up one day going, I want more. I want to build more. I'm still.
You want more money, or you want to build more and help more, or what is the mission?
My biggest thing is growing the business and hiring more team members.
Create jobs,
yes. And then the team members I have now, bettering them, moving them in different roles. Because, let's say I'm the CEO, I'd love to move one of my team members to my role. And then I can go to another role of building markets. Like we're trying to open up Houston right now, and if it does well, I might look at Abilene, I might look at Midland. This state is just growing and growing. And Austin has been it's been one of the best cities for me to grow a business. San Antonio's been great. Dallas is doing amazing. So I would say it's a recession-proof business. Everybody needs it, and then when you don't. It's like when you get broken into, it's the ones that are like, I got broken into, now I need it. Those are the ones that I feel bad for, because they're the ones that don't want to spend the money for it. But I always believe the proactive ones are the ones that go. It's the way to go. You're the same way. Yeah. Be proactive, get the security, get what you need, and you can sleep better at night.
A growing business is easy to say, but it's hard to do. And you know it. You just mentioned many times that nobody without your team. How you find the right people working for you, because a lot of people out there, especially startups right now, they have a problem that find the right co-founder, the right partner, because you have a partner. How we can identify a right partner or employee or somebody that has the same vision as you have, or you can train them. How you go through that?
Oh man, it took me forever to find these teammates.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's been one of the hardest things I've ever done. It took me 25 years to find the team. It's crazy. Sometimes I've seen others take 5 years. But for me to be, I'm very particular. I like everything a certain way. I like my team members to follow our software the right way, everything. And when you get those ones that don't want to follow, the process, they don't want to follow, then you have to upgrade them. You have to move them on, because it's not a good fit for us. But we've been blessed. Like our team is, at this moment, our team is the best it's ever been. And I'm like, I can sleep at night and I feel great.
Because you have some team members, they've been with you for a long time.
Oh my God, I got some great guys have been with me now they've been with us for over 15 years. My partner and I.
Have you asked them why?
That's a good one. They've told me why. I've had some tell me, I love working with you. I love working here. And a lot of them, one thing I've learned now, it's not all about money from these guys. It's weird. Like most people be like, oh, I want a raise. Everybody wants a raise every year. You have to stay on top of the cost of living goes up, right? But a lot of them will actually tell me, I just want an extra day at home with my family. We just give them more vacation time. If you give them what they want in some ways, they'll work hard for you. That's how I look at it. And we work hard for them. It's a team. I don't look at anybody as that I'm the boss, you listen to me. No, I look at everyone eye to eye. They're equal to me. I'm not superhuman. They're not superhuman. We're all a team. I need them. They need me. I just took the guts to start the business. Most people don't start, they don't have the guts. And it's scary. It's scary to go, I want to start a business. And then when you fail, it brings you down. I've started little businesses before I started this business and they didn't work. You have to.
How did you feel when you fell?
It sucked, but you just got to get up, and it's like, you can't let anything break your stride. It's like that 80s song. You can't break my stride. I'm going to keep on moving. And I just woke up and said, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to just keep trying. It's like getting in a fight. You just got to get up and hopefully win, try to win.
There's a lot of entrepreneurs right now, startup especially right now. There's a lot of startups going on. You know it. And they're afraid of if it doesn't work. And they give up, man. And I know you're a person and you believe that, don't give up, just keep going. What do you think those people are missing?
I think they give up. When I say they give up, is in the minute it starts to fail, they have no one to talk to. It's almost like they're some people get embarrassed to ask for advice or help or borrow money. I don't care if I have to borrow some money to keep my payrolls. You got to do what you got to do. My team is very important to me. You never want to let go of a payroll. I'd rather sell one of my properties to make sure my client, my staff gets paid. I'll never have that ever be known. That's my biggest thing. You always make sure your team is paid, because then they're going to show up and they're going to give you give you what you need. I mean, I have some team members that, like I said, they don't really care about they want the paycheck, but they want the environment to be good.
Basically, you're talking about the culture.
The culture. That's perfectly said.
How you build that culture? How you gain their trust?
To be honest with you, I'd say the culture we have right now, like in the Austin, I'll just give you an example. Casey Ellison, he's a partner of mine too. I would say he's the balance of the company, and I'm giving him some praise here. I'll let him on the show and do this. He's really great. Everybody goes to him. They tell him everything, and because he's the guy that can come to me and go, look, my way. Let's say I go to him and go, let's terminate this person because they're not doing good. He'll go, well, let's give him a chance. I know what I can do to keep him and fix him. I like that. That's the kind of partner I want to be with, not someone that agrees every time with me. I like pushbacks. It's good for an employee to push back a little bit. I believe in that. Like, hey, I don't want you to do it this way. Well, can I give you my advice? I'm all ears. It happened this morning at the meeting. One of our young guys, he's been with us for about a good year and a half. And he was giving me advice on a large project we're doing, that he was unhappy on some things that he was doing there and what he thinks it would be better in the future. I listened to him and I said, thank you for your information. I want to talk to the guys. Maybe we'll implement that. People just want to be heard. You take their information and then you run with it. And we bring it up in the next meeting because then everybody seems like they have more ideas. It's crazy. Now it seems like more people are like, hey, I got an idea to make things run smoother or be more efficient. Calling the customer before you head that way. A lot of times our technicians don't do it. You have to call because people are busy. People change their mind, or I forgot you were coming today, and you don't waste their time. And that's my biggest thing. Is the communication is the biggest thing. I've learned
communication is everything.
My thing from the family to the wifey to the friends to you, communication is key. If I communicate, then there's a good relationship.
I believe most of the entrepreneurs, as you had mentioned, that they have a problem asking for your help. Because I always say, if you ask for help, life would be much easier in the business. Are you asking for help when you need help?
I do now. Because I can't do it. I hit that point where it's like I used to do it all myself.
Thanks for being honest.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm the kind of guy, I'm the guy that actually, Rami, you'll laugh, but I cry at least once a week about my business.
Are you serious?
100%. I go in my closet or I'm like, you just don't want. My wife's seen it. At least she's got to witness some of that. But sometimes I have issues with certain team members that I'm trying to fix that I'm like, golly, what am I going to do? Or, I have other businesses like Airbnbs and, their washer breaks and floods the house at 2 a.m. And then people are there staying, they're partying. You're like, I'm over there vacuuming the water and they're tipping me like I was an employee. And I felt, they thought I worked for the big man. I felt good. I actually I like that feeling. I'd rather not be known for. It's when I was in there vacuuming the water, like, hey man, let me tip you. Let me give you $20. And, I was like, I was here for 4 hours. It's just okay. I want to make sure you guys go to bed and enjoy yourself. I feel bad that, they had to deal with that. But those are the things that I deal with that just break me. I break now. I break more now than I did before. Because I used to be
Mr. Tough Guy.
Tough guy, machismo or whatever the tough. It doesn't. You got to be tough when you need to be tough. But
what changed?
But realistically,
But what changed? You telling me you're more emotional, and you always been caring, but now you kind of feel it.
Yeah.
You kind of feel the other side. You kind of feel the other person. You kind of get emotionally involved, but sometimes emotions get us in trouble too.
For sure. They do.
Because we make decisions based on emotions.
Yeah. And that actually hurt me in the beginning years. There's been times where I've lost some really great people because of my way of managing. And like I said, having the right team members, I have my partner, Matt Vickers. He's actually in Houston at the moment, but I'll say Matt, you got Casey, I got Cody in Dallas. These guys, we all think the same. I think when you surround yourself with the team members that are like, before you say something, they can finish the sentence. You're in the best place you could be, because then you're not. You know that if something happened to you, that everything's gonna be okay. That's all I want. I want, like, if something ever happened to me, I want the company to keep rolling, because there's still gonna be. We have 10,000 customers just in Austin. So you take that, and if something ever happened to me, it's still gonna be running. The business has to keep going. That's how I look at it.
You surround your people that not only believe in you, but they understand where you're going, because based on what you're telling me, the people in your company, they know where you're going. What is your vision? You, Casey, you all, just kind of balance each other. But it's important for any business, any CEO as you, that they know where they're going. They light the way. Like they say, hey guys, we're going here, we're going to Dallas.
I like what you just said, because a lot of our staff members, they want to see, what are we doing? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I want to start, whenever I do our reviews with our team members, we always do that. Like, what do you see? Where do you see yourself? What do you want to be? Because there's people out there like that. Honestly, if someone came to me and goes, hey, I want to start a business just like yours, I'm going to give them a lot of bad news and good news. Like, I'm going to give them some bad advice, honest, because it's going to be at least 15 years of it. It's going to be hard. Our industry is very hard. It's not like your real estate type where you get large commissions and you can stack that if you do a lot of business, or mortgage brokers, or you're involved in commercial real estate, that kind of stuff. You can stack money. With us, you're looking at, you got to get a lot of, for $20 a month, $30 a month. You're going to have to get like 5,000 of those clients to be able to be successful. And it's taken us years. I mean, it took us 25 years to get where we are, and we have a great clientele. But our thing is, if you don't take care of that clientele with the right staff, they're gonna walk.
Who comes first in your business? I always ask this from the leaders, from the CEOs, that your staff or your clients?
That's a good one. It's always gonna be my staff.
Wow.
It's always gonna be, yeah. Because I said it today. I'm gonna say this. I don't know if it'll come on the show, but I've had some clients of mine that were, please don't send certain races to my business. And I told them today, if I hear that, we fire that customer. Well, I don't put up with that. They're not going to treat my team members like that.
This is very unique. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's kind of like high school or something. You mess with my guys, you're going to have to go through me, or you're going to have to go through, it's a team thing. We got to stick up for each other. We got to be there for our team. Because if you do that, then they feel less like, oh, you care more about the money. I have an example. Omar Castillo, which he's fantastic. I just saw him this morning. He calls me, goes, hey, we're at this job site. I think it was in New Braunfels or San Antonio. There's a bird's nest with little baby birds on the camera. The customer says, just take the birds and throw them to the street, just whatever. We need to switch the camera out. I said, no, we're not. We don't kill baby birds. You guys can leave it. We'll take the hit on the camera. I don't care. It's up to them to remove the birds, but I don't want them to hurt the birds either. So I'm like, I know it sounds weird, but
it's
most
very
people,
unique.
most people would be like, let's take those birds and, because it's $500. Why would you not want to, and I'm just throwing a number out there. That's the kind of stuff we have to start. And now I'm not gonna lie here. 10, 15 years ago, I'd have probably been like, do what you got to do, but not anymore. I'm not like that. Animals they treat us a lot better than humans do. That's for sure. So I'm going to leave those birds be, and they're still there. So,
I have known you for many years, more than 15 years or something. You changed because I look at it from outside in the good way. You were the hardcore businessman, go get it, kill the deal. That's it. You screwed. I'm going to go. Now, 100-degree change. You are still a good man. You're emotional. You much giver. You're more emotional. You are very vulnerable because a lot of people, they're going to judge you based on your vulnerability.
For sure.
And then do you think that you're going to be weak when they judge you? Or you're going to say, whatever, fuck you, whatever, you're going to judge me?
Yeah, I really don't care. I don't care if you like me or don't. I'm going to be as fair. I'm always so fair. I'm a very nice person. But, like they say, if you don't have haters, then you did something wrong. Like I've noticed, you start to realize who the haters are too. You see them, they're in your plain sight. They're there. And the thing is, have I been jealous of other business owners? Have I been jealous of, oh, look at this guy, he's driving a Ferrari or he's driving. Yeah, everybody's like that. I wish I had that. But now I'm happy for that person. I don't want that car. Now you have to deal with all the people wanting to borrow money, or you have the people going, oh, you're fancy, you got a nice car. It's crazy how just living in Austin, most of our millionaires or billionaires, they drive around in Yukons and pickup trucks. They don't drive around in Lambos and Bentleys, and that's a whole different money type of person. But I just don't believe in that anymore. I used to be that guy. I wanted all that, but it's like less people know what you have, the better off you are running. Now here's the thing. If my salesmen are driving Lambos, I'm doing something very well. That's my goal. I want my salesmen to live. If they're out there, and I don't want to call them salesmen, I call them design specialists because it's not like a car dealership where everyone's, oh man, the salesman. But and now, even the car dealerships are changing their ways. You feel like it's a different. When I go to some of these dealerships now, because we buy some trucks from some of these great guys around us, they've changed their ways of selling. They don't want you to feel that way. So I think everybody's getting off. It's just things are changing so much.
Somehow, somewhere, something changed in you.
Yeah.
It was that really a spark that poof, something changed.
Yeah.
What was that? I'm looking for that. Is it like as you get older, or your perspective to reality, to life?
I think honestly, it took a little bit, but I think the tornado changed me. It did, because it was like life and death. And, and I've had some other experiences where I should have not.
Really?
Oh, 100%. Because when something can pick up something that weighs a ton in the air, I think you got my attention. And I'm all about God now. I'm all in now. And you're talking about.
Are you afraid of death?
Not anymore. Wow. I used to be. Oh yeah. Now I'm ready. Let's go. If it has to go today, I'm ready. I'll back anybody. Like, that's my biggest thing. I'm not, and I like that. That's the change in me that I think is the fact that I feel God in me more, and God's, it just does. I feel like everything now. I never really put him first. He's my buddy. He's my best friend now.
I believe that.
And then it's my wife, and then it's my children. Yes. But God's number one.
Some people don't understand, but when you speak to God, things changing.
Oh.
Like, even you have nothing, you are in the edge of bankrupt, you are a million. It doesn't matter your situation is, but when you start talking and you start receiving.
And it's crazy. You can manifest the manifestations to energy. I've learned a lot from my wife on this, and also social media, and listening to some of these phenomenal podcasts out there that energy is huge. Like, I'm telling you, if I talk negative about myself that day, like, oh, today's gonna be one, it's negative the whole day. It's better just you break a glass. All right, no big deal. Pick it up. I used to be the one like, oh man, now I have 7 glasses instead of 8. Who cares? I can't take it when I die. Doesn't really matter.
What advice do you have for entrepreneurs out there that today they said, hey, John, I was thinking to start a business. Really, in short, what would you tell them?
I think it's exciting. I would give them the...
Just go for it?
Go for it, but at the same time, I would love to hear their pitch, because some things you don't want to reinvent the wheel. There's so many millionaires around. I mean, we're surrounded by it. Look at whoever made these, the cups, that. I mean, God, it's unbelievable. It blows me away. I mean, everybody, like, I found out, from my sister that a certain salsa, like the person that supplies the chiles is a filthy millionaire. So it's like everybody's everyone's connected in some way. So if I had to give advice to somebody, I'll go back on that, is that you just got it. I would do your due diligence and research other companies, how they did it. And I would love to be part of helping someone. Do I know the construction business? A little bit, but I could tell you whatever you get into, maybe what kind of money you're going to need, or I could help them, direct them to like a certain I was saying not loan sharks, but people like certain banks that can help them out. I know a lot of people that would invest in people, because most people invest in people. Some are like, no, their P&L has to be a certain way, or their balance sheet. No, a lot of times some of these guys will invest because they know you're really good at what you do. I mean, I bet you people would have invested in you in a heartbeat. Yeah. So to go back, I mean, it's a hard one. I think you just have to jump in and do it. Like, you really can't.
You just gotta trust God and jump in and do it. You've always been a giver, man. You keep doing it, and I'm proud of you as a friend, as a CEO, as a. You do amazing things these days, man.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry about it.
Yeah,
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, people recognize that, and you just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep going and keep helping other people. I'm here on your side. We're all gonna do great things together, because I'm a big believer. When people come together, things changing.
It does.
Thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate it. I love this conversation. We can talk days, but
every time I see your energy is
back at you, buddy. The same.
It's one of those things where like if I see Rami today, I feel like it's like I don't drink, but it's like when I sit to see you to drink, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I just drank like a lot.
We're gonna do great things, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.